And we're back. Cool. Sorry for that brief interlude. I'll fix it. That's not something else I'll be working on in 2018 is getting this camera situation fixed. Okay. So, the next match was the first time they've ever had... I know this is the first time they've ever had a Fatal 4-Way for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom, but I think it's the first time they've ever had one for it, period. A Fatal 4-Way. Of champion Marty Scurll, challengers Hiromu Takahashi, Kushida, and Will Ospreay. Let me just say that as again with like I said with the Ibushi and Cody matches, the Bucks and RPG 3000, as good as I knew the match was gonna be, this was even better. And I know you guys heard me say that, and you're thinking, well, I think the other match is gonna be good. I think the other match is gonna be great, and they were just as awesome as I thought they were gonna be. Like I said, with Goto and Suzuki, they were gonna blow it out of the water. There was so little chance of that happening in that match. I wasn't even concerned with that. Like when that match started, I was just like, oh well, here comes at least a 4-star classic at the very least. I had so little concern about that match, that kind of match being good. I just knew it. The LIJ Killer Elite Squad match was the one I knew was going to be like a sleeper hit, and it was great. It was great. You know, like I said, I can't talk too much about it because Lance is still going to hit me. But anyway, so the Fatal 4-Way match, or the four-way match. You know, I keep saying Fatal 4-Way WWE in my head, but the 4-Way match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship was nothing short of a spectacle. It was about, like, you know, 4 of the best junior heavyweights in the world wanting to sit at the top of that throne. And since all of them had been there before, Marty Scurll was the only guy who had been there. Actually, no, I take it back. Marty Scurll and Will Ospreay had only had 1 reign each. Wait, didn't Takahashi only have 1 reign? I think he did. Or does he have 2? I can't remember anymore. But actually, wait, I'm sitting right here. Let me just check. Because I know Kushida had like 5, I think. Takahashi. Oh no, he only had 1 too. How about that? Get out of here. But yeah, Kushida had 5. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Kushida had 5 reigns. Okay, so fast hitting. You know, lots of false finishes, dives, cutters, things like that. But it was really grounded too. Yeah, you had all that, but you also had a lot of technical stuff, which I think New Japan is great for having their talent do. Is like, especially even if they're high flyers, they can blend the high flying with a lot of you know, mat work and things like that. And I think it's fantastic. This match was dope. Well, of course, with this match, when you have guys like Marty Scurll and Kushida who are both great at, you know, submission style, you're gonna have some ground. I mean, you know, Hiromu Takahashi, he's more of a, you know, all-around guy. Ospreay, of course, is a high flyer. His nickname is the Aerial Assassin. Of course he is. But you know, all these guys are the top of their game to me, and they just proved it. Wrestle Kingdom. One of the match was Ospreay with him actually pinning Marty Scurll, which is a very rare occurrence in all of pro wrestling, not just New Japan. Ospreay has a very, very low streak against Scurll, which makes for interesting stories all around the world because it's just historically Ospreay just can't get his hand raised against that guy. And that would leave one to wonder what would have happened if this was a one-on-one match. And I'm sure we'll be getting another one of those somewhere in the future, and I'm excited because Marty Scurll over Will Ospreay, that's just a good day at the office. Okay, so we're down to the big 3. The Intercontinental, the United States, and the Heavyweight Championship. So that WGP Intercontinental Championship was Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Jay White. The Ace of the Universe versus the Switchblade. As a guy who's seen Jay White wrestle live against Sammy Guevara in Wrestle Circus, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that the fact that he was able to just kind of almost seamlessly kind of slide into the spot of taking on Tanahashi really wasn't all that surprising at all. Jay White's got talent. We're talking about guys like Tanahashi, who can pull a good match out of pretty much anybody. And he's just, it's just his time right now. Now, the match was a lot better as I expected from a purely like storytelling point of view, because Jay White didn't do the whole cocky. Let me take that back. He did do the cocky, arrogant, guy thing. The arrogant young guy who can take on the new guy, but he didn't do it in a way where he did a lot of stupid things in the match. Now he did like a few showboating things, which of course had his comeuppance eventually, but he did a lot of smart things too, which is like I like seeing that kind of thing. It's like he's not just oh, I can do all this and I'll still win the match. No, he was like, okay, let me play the smart here and there because this is still Tanahashi I'm wrestling. The shocker was that Tanahashi won. Let me explain that before you guys start tripping. I'm not saying that Tanahashi should have lost. It's just that I expected the newcomer, the Switchblade, to get one over on the veteran. Didn't happen. And also because I was expecting, because at this point in the night before the Intercontinental Championship match, every single title had changed hands. Every single belt. I was watching and I was like, dude, not one person who walked in as champion so far has left with that same title. Now, with the never open six-man tag titles, that's pretty much a given. I mean, like, well, yeah, no one ever walks in with that belt and leaves with it. But yeah, Tanahashi won. Not the match of the night, but definitely worth a shot, worth a watch, it's definitely good stuff. Jay White's got a bright future. I think he's only gonna get better from here, and Tanahashi is just consistently good. I've seen clips of Tanahashi's bad matches, and I'd put them up against almost an entire episode of Raw almost any day. There have been some good Raws in 2017. There have been some really good Raws, but I would put some of Tanahashi's bad matches up against an entire episode, 3 hours of Raw. I really would. And just see how they stack up, because even in the bad ones, there is some entertaining stuff for Tanahashi, because that's just what he does. But enough of that. Now for what you guys are really here for. I know you want to hear my thoughts. I can't raise both eyebrows. I can only do the one. First, Alpha versus Omega. The man of 1,004 holds versus the best bout machine. The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla versus the 6-star rated wrestler. I'm of course talking about Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega in a no disqualification match for the IWGP United States Championship. That match was a war. I don't care how old Chris Jericho is. I don't care what Chris Jericho does in the future. If Chris Jericho's name is attached to something, I will watch. If it's his band Fozzy, if he wants to become a commentator, if he wants to become a wrestling trainer, which he would probably be the best at, he's just so consistently good. I had posted on Facebook that I didn't think Chris Jericho was past his prime, and a friend of mine said that he is. He's just still good. I see why you said that, but I still respectfully disagree. I think Chris Jericho is okay. Maybe maybe take that back. Maybe not in his late 90s, early 2000s prime of lion salts and cruiserweight status, but in this era of guys who can do all that all the time, when in an age where he has to slow himself down, do more mat-based wrestling and like that, I think Chris Jericho is one of those guys who's managed to adjust his strategy to still stay, I won't even say relevant because that's very disrespectful to say that about Chris Jericho, but to stay strong, stay powerful, and stay in the ring to keep up with even the younger talent, like Kenny Omega. But the whole build-up of this match was just insane, and they only did it in 6 months. In 6 months, they built up 3 years worth of hype. They did it in 6 months, and they did it beautifully. And then the execution of the match was just so good. You had, just so many brutal spots. Even spots like Chris Jericho took that I just thought were like I said, for his age, I didn't think he would still be not willing to do, but like be able to pull up. But man, he did it. So that match was over a half hour of just brutal, hard hitting stuff with Kenny Omega coming out on top, and I was blown away because part of me kind of thought, I was like, what if Jericho wins this match? No one will be able to ever talk about it. Like, stop talking about it. I mean, but oh man, that match is so good. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. I'm definitely gonna go back and rewatch it. Okay, but now the main event of the evening. Los Finales de Japón versus Chaos. Their leader versus the Rainmaker. And of course I mean Tetsuya Naito going up against the longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion of all time, the Rainmaker, Okada Kazuchika. What do you expect? It was great. What? I don't even know what people. I don't even know what. If you guys are watching this, and I appreciate you, thank you for watching. I love you guys. I don't know what you expect me to say that everyone else isn't gonna say. Did it deliver? Yeah. Does it prove that Naito is on that level? Absolutely. Was it everything I hoped it would be? It really was, and more. Naito has hit his stride with LIJ, with this attitude, with this persona. He is getting the respect that I think he's always deserved. Okada, if I say any more good things about Okada, I might as well just have his name tattooed on my arm, which, by the way, I've considered. But sorry, I just noticed some stuff here. But the match was just, it was Okada and Naito. What were the odds of it being bad? This had years of build up. Literally, you know what? This match has been built up since 2014, 4 years ago, when Naito won the G1 Climax that year before previously, but the fans voted for Nakamura versus Takahashi as the main event and not Okada versus Naito, which, would have been fine, I'm sure, but the fans voted against it. But Naito reinvented himself to a monster degree to become not only an all-new version of himself, but it was a version of himself to the fans when he was supposed to be this ungovernable, this, leader of this group of just ne'er-do-wells, this evil guy, beating up young boys and beating up announcers and everything, and the fans loved it. One of the highest selling things, like t-shirts stuff in New Japan right now is LIJ stuff, knocking out even the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club. Naito and Los Ingobernables are so popular, they knocked out the Bullet Club as far as the highest selling group. And this shirt was at Hot Topic in the United States. There's New Japan stuff in Hot Topic in the United States. Now that's a lot due to guys like the Bullet Club, of course, but this shirt was in a Hot Topic in San Antonio, Texas. We're in an age where guys like Okada and Naito are so popular that their merchandise is being sold thousands of miles away in a retail store in America that you don't have to order it specially online. You don't have to ask a friend to pick it up for you when they're in Japan. You don't have to order it through some shady website where the later might be like this small. No, you can go to your Hot Topic store. And if they don't have it, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we can order that for you. Just give us your information. We can order that for you, and it'll look just like this." What do you say about that? To go from a guy that people voted out of the main event to the guy who's the bad guy of the match getting cheered out of the building, and to the point where the good guy in the match, the crowd is like almost 50-50 split, and sometimes like a 60-40 split in favor of the bad guy. What can you say about that? Except that's fantastic. That is amazing. Naito deserves every bit of success and praise coming to him because he worked hard and he got it back. He showed the fans a different side of himself, a side that, you know, is just one that, like, oh, okay, I tried to be the smiling good guy. He doesn't like that? Cool. Let's get a little dangerous up in here. And Okada, consistently good. To me, the other best bout machine. Honestly, as much as I love Kenny Omega, I do still personally think Okada is the best wrestler in the world right now. Very, very close behind him are guys like Naito, Omega, and AJ Styles. And of course, Nakamura. I mean, that's and Samoa Joe's in that list too. Of guys currently still wrestling. In my all-time favorites, Okada's in there too. And he's in the top 5 of my all-time favorites. I gotta do a list of that one day. I really gotta do that. So, yeah, those are my thoughts for Wrestle Kingdom 12 from New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's just a great time to be a wrestling fan. There's never been a time in history where it's been easier to get access to as much wrestling as we have right now, and that is fantastic. That is fan-freaking-tastic. I am so fortunate to be a fan of this in this era right now because, like I said, a lot of you guys know when I was a kid, I watched wrestling with my aunt. When she passed away, I didn't watch it for like years and years, like probably a good solid 10 years. So my friends in high school got me back into it, and I started watching and going to shows and everything. And I wish my aunt were alive now, so we could like watch this stuff together. She could go to shows with me and stuff. But I just think that, you know, also that me and her could have watched now would have been just so great to just, you know, so I'm saying that because, you know, it's so great that this is the kind of thing that people can bond over, because even Kevin Kelly mentioned that in the commentary of how all these peoples come together to watch wrestling. They had something like over 1,000 fans from different countries in the Tokyo Dome. Think about that. Over 1,000 people from other countries flew to Japan to get inside a Tokyo Dome, not for some global summit, not for anything like that, but to watch pro wrestling. That's what pro wrestling can do. It's gotten me many friends. It's gotten me best friends for life, and it's gotten me people I know I can count on. And if I'm ever in any kind of trouble, if I ever need people who are just right there, pro wrestling has gotten me those friends. Is it the be all end all? Of course not. But it's a fantastic medium to help bring people together. It really is. What did I think of Wrestle Kingdom 12? I thought it was the best event of the year so far, and good luck to everyone else who has to try to top that. Go to New Japan trying to top themselves. I mean, my God, they knocked it out of the park in the first 5 days. What are they going to do from here? All I know is New Year's Dash is about to happen in a few hours. As I'm recording this, it's almost 2 in the morning here in Texas, so it's, I forget what time it is in Japan. But I'm going to wrap this up. This went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. And just say, guys, if you can watch New Japan, do it legally. I will say that for sure, legally. I have New Japan World. I pay my dues every month for it. Check it out. And if these guys come your way to your town, go see them. Even if they're part of some other promotion, just go see them. They're worth it. They are absolutely worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can do a video about New Year's Dash. I'm not gonna stay up to watch that. I'm still exhausted from last night. But I'll upload this, if not tonight, then definitely in the morning, so you guys can hear my thoughts and you guys can give me some of yours. Yeah, definitely reply and let me know what you guys think. So, but for now, I'm signing off, and Minasan, thank you for watching. Sayonara. Peace.